I'm Sunshineflying. You can call me Tia, and today we are working on a trailer build. So I have wanted for a while now to make some sort of tiny home trailer kind of thing. And what I really wanted to do with it too was play around with a bunch of debug items for things like landscaping. So this felt like the perfect time to do it. So as you can see here, I'm really aiming towards the micro home size. And I believe I'm building this in Del Sol Valley. I don't remember for sure, but it looks like that. So it was really nice being able to kind of use that lot behind this one as inspiration to look back at to make sure I was kind of on point with everything. At least for the vibe that I was going for. So, wait, I don't think this is Del Sol Valley. I think it's actually the Strangerville world. I don't remember if that's actually called Strangerville or something else, but that's where it is. And I just thought it fit in really nicely there. And I really, when I was building this, I was going for quirky and colorful and like odd on the outside, and then the inside is pretty bland, to be completely honest. But it's a trailer. It's not supposed to be super fancy. This is also a starter home. I believe this is actually 10K or less in terms of the actual like build cost. So it would work really well as a starter home, and I might actually use it as that in the future. I have just started a legacy gameplay, so stay tuned. We may visit this lot for that, but not totally sure yet. Right now I'm kind of working on the floor plan of the trailer, but what I end up doing after I place this window and the other windows around it is I'm actually going to flip-flop that like living and Murphy bed area with the kitchen, because that massive window, I think, makes more sense being in a bedroom or the living space than it does in the kitchen. Making a super tiny bathroom here. Washing hands will have to happen somewhere else. I realize now I probably could have added another square in the bathroom, but I wanted to make sure there was plenty of room for other things. Could probably slot a bunk bed in there, or something like that. It becomes a computer space right now, and I think I also do something completely different with the trash can, or just have one outside. So this was definitely a challenging build, trying to get everything to fit just right. I didn't really want, stuff blocking any of the windows because there are so few windows. And making sure, it's functional, even though it is so small. So if the sim wants to wash their hands, they're just going to have to walk the super long length of the trailer to wash their hands, and I think that's totally fine. There's no need for there to be multiple sinks in a house this small. So yeah, you can see it's very basic on the outside, and, I did that on purpose. Just because, a lot of these manufactured homes, like, you have more opportunity to, like, spruce them up and make them interesting on the inside rather than the outside. And I also put it on stilts because it is one of these movable manufactured homes. I realize I did not put the trailer hitch or anything on there, and I think that's totally fine. I mean, I'm only going for a certain level of realism in builds like this. And honestly, this all does work pretty well. So it is play tested. It does work. So everything the Sims need, they can get to. Nothing is blocked. All the doors work. All of the appliances and stuff work. So it is fairly bland, very beige, but I do like how it turned out. I think it is a good starter home for a sim, and it'll really make getting into one of those fancy homes down the road a lot more exciting. So yeah, tons of orange tones as well. But yeah, I think it looks really nice, and I contemplated putting some pet stuff in there, but decided against it. But do kind of rearrange the TV as well. Some of the tiny home stuff really did work well in here, but some of it just didn't quite fit the vibe, if that makes sense. So now we're just going into debug here, and there is a ton of stuff that I pull out. The debug landscaping, a bunch of it worked really well for this. There's also some grasses, fences. I had a lot of fun kind of figuring out how to piece it all together and just kind of make it look really kind of haphazard and kind of just like thrown together. And just kind of messy. Like, the person who lives here, they don't really care about the lot of land that they live on. It's a place to live. You can also see here I was pulling out a ton of debug stuff that I hadn't ever used before because debug is very new to me. This is all stuff that I am just kind of discovering now. So there were a lot of things where I was like, hey, what is this? And then it turned out to be like 5 times the size of the lot that I was building on. But there is some really good stuff in there. If you don't use debug already, I recommend it. It was interesting to see all of the different things. I liked being able to throw in like a boat in the backyard. I change out that truck like 4 times because there are some that just look a little worse for wear that I think fit this lot a little bit better. I like these broken fences too. It adds a lot of character and interest to the lot, I think, and when we get into the screenshots at the end too, you'll kind of be able to see, it does make it feel a little bit more genuinely kind of rough and messy when you have a lot of random objects in the yard. And I do intentionally put some objects in the yard too, like a grill, and I'll put some lounge chairs. So you can legitimately hang out in this yard, but I also thought it was kind of fun just having some of this like loose wood, work tables, wheelbarrow, some like overgrown plants. And yeah, I really spent, I would say, a lot more time on the exterior of this particular build than I did on the interior, and I don't always do that. So I had a lot of fun mixing it up, trying new stuff, seeing what else was in the game that we could use. And yeah, I did end up switching out some fencing. I just liked how this stuff was like loose and crooked, and I feel like the people who live here, they really often try to keep people out, but now that everything's a mess, they don't have to worry about people going in their yard and stuff. That grass clips a little, so just beware of that if you download this off the gallery. You can always just size it down or delete it. There are some other grasses in the game that you could put under there. I also like this foundation because you could go a little bit further under the house to get some more stuff. More stuff on the lot. And then here we've just got some mismatched chairs. Gonna do a little bit of terrain paint, kind of add a bit more of a path in there, and yeah, just kind of put some finishing touches on the lot, some gravel by the planter boxes. We got everything we needed. It is on the gallery. And I am going to dip into the screenshots now so you can kind of see how it all came together. And I would love to hear what you think of this particular build. It was very different from my usual ones. I tend to do larger ones and much more refined ones. So if you want to see more of this kind of tiny home type thing or more debug play, please do let me know in the comments below. I always love hearing what you think of my videos. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.